Less than 6 months later, I flew into Turkey, was picked up in Istanbul, brought to the hospital, and less than 24 hours after that, in February, I was admitted and we started chemotherapy. It was an interesting journey in terms of I never had any doubt about coming here or feeling like I was taking a great risk. When you reach a point in your life where you know that your illness is chronic, progressive, and deadly, you have nothing to lose by taking a chance. You also know that in your own mind that you've done enough research, that you've become your own patient advocate, that the stem cell transplant is your last best hope at even remotely living a normal life. And what was so fascinating to me was that Dr. Golbosh was actually in the United States, in Hawaii, where I'm from, a month before we were actually scheduled to come here. And he went out of his way to come and meet myself and my partner and go and actually meet my rheumatologist in Hawaii. And together they approved the stem cell transplant. And so there was no looking back. There were no doubts in my mind that I had found the right place. Once we landed here and came into the hotel at the Titanic on campus and ultimately meeting doctors and all that kind of stuff, it was an entirely different experience from anything that I'd had in the United States. With all this experience and all these different places I've been to, it really was a feeling of amazement when I walked through the doors of Anadolu. The first thing that got me was how expansive the lobby was, how big and how inviting it felt. And there were chairs, and not just chairs like hard folding chairs that you sit on, but couches, and you could be comfortable. And you had water coolers where you could get water. And there were things that were there for the comfort of the patient, which is something I had not been used to. And then you would just randomly have people come by to introduce themselves, see if they could help you, or just say hi. And that was a new experience for me as well. And what we found out that particular day when we came in was that Dilek was off. So she's my international patient representative. One of her colleagues met us, greeted us. We got checked into the hotel. He came directly to the hotel, picked us up, walked us back up to the hospital. We went in to see Dr. Golbosh. And something happened that totally blew me away. And that was Dr. Golbosh saying, okay, let me take you on a tour of my transplant ward, along with the other floor where you will be when you become a patient once you're checked in. And he took the time to walk myself and my partner around and show us. It wasn't put off on somebody else. It was the doctor. And he was so proud of what he was building. And he knew that this was going to be the answer. So 4 hours later, I was checked in and started with chemotherapy. And we lived here at Anadolu for 2 months. March 21st, 2011 was my new birthday. That was the day I got my stem cells back. And ultimately, it wasn't long after that we were allowed to go home to Hawaii, and the healing process really starts to begin.